So good day everyone. Today we are going to show you how to solve the trigonometry, the cosine rule. Finding angles using the cosine rule. Let's see how can put this into a better form to finding the angle part, rearranging the cosine rule. We want to start by making the angle part positive because at the moment the angle is attached to all. This is we need to actually mid all this part. So let's have add a squared is equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times cosine a. So we have 2bc cos a to both sides. We have 2bc cos a in positive state on the left hand side as well as theta squared. All we have on the right hand side is b squared plus c squared as the original minus 2bc. So we have 2bc cosine a is equals to b squared plus c squared minus a squared. So we have 2bc. As have been cancelled out, let's eliminate the side apart now the squared by subtracting that from both sides. All we have now on the left side is b squared, bc cos a. On the right side is b squared plus c squared minus a squared. The 2bc is multiplying by cos a. So to eliminate the 2bc, we have to divide this part, this given cos a. So we have now the cosine rule. Cosine a is equals to b squared plus c squared minus a squared all over 2bc. So let's take a look then how we use this version of cosine rule. We're being asked to find angle A. So we have the first example. So we need to use the cosine rule. This is cosine A is equals to b squared plus c squared minus a squared all over 2bc. So let's substitute. So the cosine A is equals, the b is 3.4, so we have 3.4 squared plus c is 5.7, so we have 5.7 squared minus 2a, so where a is 6.3, so we have 6.3 squared all over 2 times b is 3.4, then c is 5.7. These values cos a is to find angle, we need to use the inverse. So the result of this cosine a is equals to 0.112487. So we need to use the inverse cos function. So we have a is equals to cosine minus 1 times 0.112487. So we need to use calculator to solve this. So our a now is 83.5 degrees. So our angle A is 83.5 degrees. So another example calculate the value of y. So first is we need to use the cosine A is equals to b squared plus c squared minus a squared all over 2bc. So let's level every sides accordingly. At this point, I'm going to cross out the small y that they use for the angle, as we don't want exactly the same letter twice in our diagram. So this means we have to change around our letters in the cosine. So we have cosine y is equals to our b squared now, or x is 7.1 squared plus c is z, so we have 7.6 squared minus a is 5.6 squared all over 2 times 7.1 times 7.6. So we have now a form that we can use. So we have cosine y is equals to 0.71173 and so on. So we need to use the inverse co-functions again. So we have y is equals cosine minus 1 times 0.71173 and so on. So we need to use calculator to solve this. So our y now is 44.6 degrees. So thank you for listening. How to use the cosine rule.